Python type hints. I think these are an awesome way of improving your Python code. Personally, I love putting type hints in my code as it removes the guesswork when remembering what the variables should be, and also it gives awesome linting when using IDEs or code editors. Let's start with a simple example here. We have four variables and we can have hints in the variables, type hints, but the idea of this is, for example, we import the path from the path lib and we set the avatar to the path class, right? But for Python, this is still two strings. But for the editor, as you can see, the avatar has the make direction function, and we can have it in the editor here. And as you can see, the height does have it. Also, we can go and press Control Space and we can have all the other functions that the path class has. Here's another example using types in a function. So we have a function here that the first attribute is an ID of an integer. Then we have the mode that is string, that is default normal. And then this function returns data time or none. We have here this arrow that it actually is a slash and a less sign, right? But the font put it together. If you want to know what the font is, it is called Firecode, something like that. Then as the variable avatar here, we can also have the methods that the data time class has by doing dot space or only dot, and the editor will show us these functions, right? Can do, for example, this format, and as you can see, we have that. Now let's see Alias. So we can encapsulate these types into variables and then use it to make other ones. For example, here the vector is a list of floats. Then we have the connection options, that is a dictionary of a mapping to strings, from strings to strings, the address, and we have finally the server that we grab those variables and we create a new one. This is the same as doing sequence and putting all together sort of like this. Remember that for Python, these hints don't mean much. These are for human reading from the IDE and the code editor. So that's why I see this like sort of documentation and knowing from human reading the function what is going on, right? All right, at last, let's see the callable hint that is from functions. So for example, here we have a function needs an onSuccess function. So we give it the hint callable with first, this is the attributes of the function, and this is the result. And if we hover over the function, we can see that it says on success a function that needs an int and returns none. So here, for example, we have an anonymous function that prints what you give it, and we're going to put it here. Let's suppose this is an asynchronous call to an API or something like that. And as you can see, it is going to print the status code of 200. Awesome. This was a little bit short video about type hints that I really like when doing large libraries or scripts to know what is going on. If you want to see more, go ahead and read the documentation that I based this on. That's about it for me. If you want more, give it a like, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.